trying to make Alan proud and channel his lo-fi excellence, because this is not a video I planned to make this morning. But here we are. On Sunday, I posted what I thought was a one-off video, just me thinking out loud, in response to what was happening with a YouTuber I had followed and had interacted with, Carl. And after he made a video about his experiences on BookTube, his struggles and his efforts, and really a sense of burnout, the video and his entire channel are gone. And I made that video really quickly because I couldn't stop thinking about it. And when I have other stuff to do, I've learned that it's just better to do the thing you're thinking about so you can get to the stuff that you actually have to do. And I truly thought it would fly under the radar. Truly thought it would fly under the radar. But dear viewer, it did not. The algorithm picked it up, and views shot up and comments rolled in, and over 100 people subscribed to my channel. And while I am glad it resonated, I'm also uncomfortable because the growth, the attention came off the back of someone else's pain. And I didn't build that video to capitalize on a moment, but there's a tension there, right? The algorithm doesn't care about your intentions. And so now I'm standing on a slightly higher platform, and this latest edition has been built out of a situation I didn't and don't want to be centered in. And I just want to name that before I move on. So if you are one of the new folks here, hi, welcome. I'm Nick. This is DrCrankyPantsReads. And this channel is mostly about reading and teaching and being middle-aged and sometimes awkward experiments in filmography. Yeah. So, the video in which I talk about Carl is kind of an anomaly, but also not. It's a sincere video. I normally reflect on my process once a month. So I did not intend that to be the start of a BookTube drama arc. So I'm not going to keep making videos about this. This is the follow-up. This is me drawing a boundary. And that's not because I don't care. It's because this is not mine to build a narrative around. Carl's absence isn't a mystery to solve. It's not a comeback to be campaigned for. He's a person, and at the end of the day, he doesn't owe any of us anything. And I know people mean well, but some of what I've seen, the Carl comeback energy, feels more like a way to resolve our discomfort than to support his choice. And support isn't always about showing up with a megaphone and a message. Sometimes it's just about letting people rest, letting people stay away without expecting a return or applause or even closure. Sorry, allergies are like, if Carl ever comes back, as I said in that other video, I'll be watching. But if he doesn't, that's okay too. We don't get to write other people's next chapters. We only get to write our own. And what I am interested in is the way this space works, how we respond to doubt, what we think counts as valuable content, what happens when someone tries to be vulnerable in a space that says it's cozy, but sometimes acts very differently. One of the things that I've seen in the comments, and I'm behind, I monitored yesterday just to like triage, just in case something exploded, but I know I'm behind on comments. I'm working on it. But one pattern that came up again and again is a lot of you are feeling this, the frustration, the burnout, and the sense of trying and not being seen. And this isn't just Carl's story, and maybe it never was, right? In that way, centering Carl too much actually distracts us from the bigger stuff, from those broader systems and shared struggles that affect so many people on this platform. So I think we can ask both of ourselves and of our larger community, like, what work are we avoiding by making this all about Carl? Is it easier to fixate on one person's absence than to examine the culture we've created that resulted in that absence? In the grind that we normalize, in the hierarchies that we reinforce, whether it's intentional or not. And when we wrap the discomfort up in someone else's narrative, we get to avoid asking these harder questions, both about ourselves as well as the way we engage, about who gets heard and who's off in a corner burning out quietly. So this is it. This is the last thing I'm going to say about this situation. Not because it's not important, but because I don't want to keep turning someone else's departure into content. So if you found that first video helpful, great. If this one helps clarify things, also great. But now I'm going to get back to the work I came here to do. Reading, teaching, middle age. Man, I miss that work. You know, all the strange things that don't always trend or really have never trended. So thank you for being here. Thank you for thinking, and seriously, take care of each other. Offline as well. You know, we don't always have to narrate our care. Sometimes it's simply how we show up. Now, if you will excuse me, I have a class that launches on Monday that I still have approximately 24 videos I need to finish editing. I also have a content section I need to dig out of. And, you know, there's always books that remain unread, staring at me with judgment. Also, I'm painting color choices. All right. I appreciate you. I hope you are well. And I'll see you in the next one.